Welcome back. We'll be starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. Major headline, federal government, Nigeria will come out stronger from CPC label crisis. Otedola Tinubu's 15% import tariff marks bold step towards $1 trillion economy. Ibadan court okays PDP's planned convention. Judge orders Kanu to file defense today or be deemed to have waived right. And Senate orders probe of Buhari's administration's railway project. What do we have in The Nation?
I have Senate orders probe into Buhari-era railway projects. So they say the Senate yesterday launched a sweeping investigation into railway projects executed under the administration of the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, and they said that it was informed by the persistent derailment, vandalism, and mechanical failures along the Itakpe-Warri standard gauge corridor. They said this was a resolution that was followed by the motion that had been by Senator Ede Dafinone, who raised the alarm over disturbing and persistent technical breakdowns on the corridor despite its recent inauguration. And as a result, an ad hoc committee with 6-week mandate was to conduct a comprehensive probe into the line and other rail projects completed during the Buhari years. The senator says that it's important, to probe and look into this because this has, adverse effects. Apart from the fact that, of course, we know that lives have been lost, injuries caused to those who use this railway, these lines. Mm-hmm. It will also affect confidence in government projects like this, and especially the use of rail, our trains, because people are afraid. What does it mean? Would I survive going on a train in Nigeria? And so it's important we look into this to see what is happening, why we have this. And I think he also gave the number in a short time. It looks like, okay. He says that we have recorded at least 10 derailments and multiple service disruptions between 2023 and 2025 alone. That's just too much. So I'm happy that this has been raised and they're looking into it. And the senator also said that they're pushing for the establishment of a national rail safety and standards unit to enforce compliance with global best practices and strengthen monitoring across all national rail corridors. I mean, common sense.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people are happy about the 15% import tariff on petrol and diesel, and Otedola is one of them. He commends the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his bold and decisive steps, towards implementing the 15% import tariff on petrol and diesel. He said that the policy represents a crucial move towards safeguarding local industries that have made substantial investments in domestic production and refining capacity. He said that for decades that, people have not, for a while now, Nigerians, it's been unstable, our market. And, it's great now that doing this is ensuring that people must buy our local and domestic products. Yeah. Yes, so he also said that the tariff not only protects billions of investment, but also underscores the government's commitment in driving industrialization, creating employment, and building a sustainable energy future for our nation. And he said that this drive would also help towards realizing the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's plan or agenda of becoming a $1 trillion economy.
Okay, let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the paper reviews. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the papers.
Bringing news from Oyo State. It's not only Lagos that has carried out demolitions. So the Oyo State government, under the Oyo State Rule of Law Enforcement Authority, have started demolition of illegal built structures, including shops, kiosks, along the roadsides and setbacks across Ibadan. They said they had already given them notice over 14 days ago, October 13th. They sent a letter to all of them, and they said this was aside from the notice they had pre-informed them that they were going to be demolishing that area. But now that the notices have expired, they've started demolishing. A lot of other agencies were involved in the demolition, but the conversation is that we gave enough notice. They said this would affect old Ile-Ife Road. They'll be removing all the structures, iron containers erected, mobile kiosks that are erected there, as well as all illegal structures that are by the road sides. See, the reason I'm taking this is because it's the people that suffer are the people, the renters of the shops. The owners of the shop might feel the pain, but the renters of the shop have paid rent for a period of time. They don't get refunds. If you want to have a shop, don't rent shops on the road.
Yeah.
Because it might not happen in 1 year, it might happen in 2 years, it might happen in 3 years.
So people think it's a risk that they're willing to take because you'll get more customers if you're on the road. So let's give them 3 years before they find us. By then we'll have recoup. Yeah.
Very painful. Let's move on now to the Daily Sun. A major headline: alleged Christian genocide. China backs federal government, warns US. Terrorism again. Kanu refuses to enter defense, insists no valid charge against him. A court clears PDP to hold national convention as scheduled. Senate probes railway project under Buhari administration. Tinubu seeks Senate approval for 1.150 trillion loan. Akpabio assures contractors of payment. Federal government declares emergency on police. Civil defense training institutions reveals NEC. DSS dismisses 115 officers over misconduct. What do we have in the Daily Sun?
So police arrest a woman for false kidnapping in Edo and recover ransom. So the Edo State Police Command yesterday announced that it has arrested a woman, Chioma Ezebi, and her accomplice for faking her kidnap. They said October 27th, one Paul Adeniken had reported to the new 880 Police Division that about 7:30 a.m. he had left his wife, Chioma, at home, a 27-year-old, and their 3-year-old, and went to his shop. Later in the day, at about midday, he received a call from an unknown number informing him that his wife and his son had been kidnapped and they were demanding a ransom of 5 million naira for his release. He went to the police station. Nigerian police that don't play, they now decided to investigate the thing, and in their investigation, they were working with this cousin who was giving them information quite helpful. And see, they now found out that it was the wife and the cousin that they colluded to scam the husband.
Oh,
Interesting.
no.
Yep. Yeah. Yes.
I wonder how
Don't marry your enemy.
Don't marry your enemy.
Was he stingy to
Is he a
them?
stingy man?
No.
There's no excuse. I know. But
There's
No matter how stingy, no matter how
But I wonder how
stingy,
this man feels. Like, how does this sleep at
no.
night?
What a betrayal.
like,
What a betrayal.
does this lead to an immediate divorce? What does this?
This person should kill you.
He should be praying. He should go to the altars and pray.
To the mountain.
Yes,
To the mountain and pray.
Yes, he has
Yes,
to.
he should forgive.
Oh my God. So,
Any other story in the Sun?
yes, DSS dismisses 115 officers over misconduct. We find it easy to complain about some of these officials that they are doing things that are wrong, but when internal system is cleaning up, we should also acknowledge it. So the Department of State Services have dismissed 115 of its personnel as part of ongoing reforms within the agency. They released a statement yesterday that this was based on to let the public know to desist from interacting with those personnel. So they published their names and pictures. And they said there's an ongoing reform within the DSS, that members of the public, therefore, don't deal with them. These individuals have been dismissed. They did not break down the reason for the dismissal, which I was hoping we would get.
Oh, no. They have used, they're alleged to have used the agency's name to defraud citizens.
So they said that they were dismissed since 2024 to 2025, and that the DSS now has arrested 2 dismissed officers for the allegation. But there were other people that were dismissed that we did not know why they were dismissed. But 2 out of them were using their position that they had been dismissed from to still carry out official transactions. So it's now been public that everybody that you see on that name or don't talk to, on that list, don't talk to them or interact with them on behalf
The
of.
pictures are out and
So
everything.
it's so funny that a lot is happening within the security agencies. So as they are dismissing DSS, police is recruiting. So because that the president has approved recruitment of 30,000 new police personnel, and after recruitment now, what next do? You have to train. And they are trying to say that they cannot use the 20th century training formula for the 21st century policeman. So yes, so the federal government has declared an emergency on the training institutions of the Nigeria Police Force and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps as part of sweeping reforms, to restore professionalism, morale, and efficiency within the nation's internal security architecture. Because they're saying that most of the equipment are outdated. So the inspection tour, which covered the southern Nigeria, was done, and also for the North, Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State was the one that was in charge of conducting the tour for the training centers in the North. The chairman of the committee and governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mbah, said that the move follows the president's earlier directive during the National Executive Council meeting on October 23rd, where he approved the inauguration of the ad hoc committee to conduct a comprehensive review of what police and civil defense training facilities nationwide. So it's good because they need to upgrade, because these criminals, they are upgrading every day.
Yeah.
So you guys have to
upgrade.
Security personnel have to upgrade. So.
Likely our final paper today, Vanguard. Trump, why we reject U.S. threat on Nigeria, China. Top bank records 4.1 trillion profit in 9 months. Alleged terrorism, I have no case to answer, let me go, Kanu. Strike, we have met ASU's demands, federal government. Court clears PDP to hold national convention in Ibadan. Obaseki Capet Okpebolo denies 600 billion debts and others. Troops kill Boko Haram terrorists during attack on military base in Borno. A budget deficit, Tinubu seeks fresh 1.15 trillion domestic loan as debt hits 152 trillion. DSS dismisses 115 personnel. What do we have in the Vanguard?
Troops kill Boko Haram terrorists during attack on military base in Borno. They say scores of members of Boko Haram terrorists were neutralized by troops of Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hadankai with support from the Nigerian Air Force when terrorists attempted to invade Forward Operation Base in Kangar, Malam Fatori town in Borno State. They said this happened about 4:30 a.m. The terrorists attacked with armed drones and mortars, leading to injuries to some CJTF soldiers. But they were defeated by the gallant troops supported by the Nigerian fighter ground attack platforms, and they were able to recover arms, ammunition, and so on. So well done for that. Yeah, the Nigerian Air Force, they said, further conducted follow-on strikes on the retreating terrorists, neutralizing additional scores of the miscreants. Yeah.
The federal government said yesterday that they have literally met demands of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, claiming the last strike embarked upon by the union was unjustified, that they had, I think, a 6 or 7 days strike, and that the president does not want that at all. And so that they've met almost all their demands. They're on the table, round table, they're still discussing. And that part of the reason why they were having all these issues or misunderstanding was because they had different committees for negotiation. So they had the committee that was negotiating or dealing with ASU. They had the ones that was dealing with the polytechnics. They had the ones that were dealing with colleges of education. But that now, they now have one single committee. And then those all the different committees were not liaising with one another. But now they have a single committee that is now dealing with both academic and non-academic staff. So they're able to move forward and know how they can sort out everybody.
Okay.
Yes, I'll take a quick story from Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan that she did a Facebook Live while she was at the airport, saying that after marking 2 years and the activities that took place, she wanted to take a 1-week break. And while she was at the airport, that her passport was seized. According to her, it was allegedly seized based on the instruction of the Senate President. She said it wasn't the first time it was happening, it happened before, but the immigration services have released it and said that it was a routine check that led to this, that they seized it based on a routine check. He said that she said that she felt like she was being victimized. No, she said, I'm being embarrassed and victimized. Said that the cases in court had already been decided that it should be dismissed because it was a witch hunt. So she's wondering why she's not allowed to travel and that she has never missed any court appointment that she was meant to make. So it shouldn't affect her from traveling. Good thing is the passport was released.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah, well,
because when she was doing the live and then she was videoing them.
They said they kept her there for over 20 minutes. Yes, she was waiting there. All right, thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we'll move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.